What's up guys, it's fermagic.
It's uigo.
Today I want to make a video about the differences between Super Armour and immuno break, and the reason why immuno break is so important when you want to be a PvP player.
So let's talk about Super Armour first. So what is Super Armour? Now according to the skill name glossary, they told us that Super Armour refers to the fact that the character is immune to basic attack motion and guard breaks. That means the character's move cannot be cancelled. So when you do a skill, it cannot be cancelled by another's movement.
Yes, and because of this definition in the skill name glossary, I see a lot of people in the community saying that, maybe this character have Super Armour already, so they do not need immuno break. And that is wrong when it comes to PvP, because Super Armour can be easily pierced. In fact, I made a list looking through every single skill on every single character, and 23.9% of them have Super Armour. And among all the characters, 17.3% of them can pierce Super Armour. And according to the tier list on Reddit, most of those characters that can pierce Super Armour are usually the upper tier characters. Not necessarily the best characters, but the upper tiers.
So there are numerous skills in this game that can guard break your character. Thus when you have Super Armour or immune guard break, your AI have the option to use its skills unless the opponent is iframing. But with this effect, the AI will not acknowledge the casting of a skill and you cannot activate the skill itself. So that's why guard breaking is very important in PvP fights. So for characters that can pierce through Super Armour effect, it will be the case where you cannot cast any skill while being guard broken.
Yeah, so that's why immuno guard break Obelisk is very important. There are only 4 characters in the game that can have immuno guard break on their own. She-Hulk can get immuno guard break with her uniform. Singularity can have immuno guard break as her passive. Ant-Man has that as his passive or uniform.
Uniform.
Yeah. And also the Obsidian has it as his passive. So other than these characters, then basically every character other than them being used in PvP should have immuno guard break. The catch is that immuno guard break can also be pierced and removed. This is not shown on any skill description, but it is the case. Now, it's very important to know that the skill that can pierce Super Armour does not mean that those skills can pierce immuno guard break. We're talking about completely different skills that can pierce immuno guard break. There are a special case where immuno guard break can just be removed, as some skill can remove active buff or just buff in general, like Thanos' first skill removal. Thanos' first skill can just remove the immuno guard break.
You can basically remove the Obelisk effect and all your passive, everything.
Now, some of the examples of skills that can pierce immuno guard break includes Jean Grey's 5th skill, Anti-Man's 5th skill, Crystal's 3rd skill, Sandman's 4th skill, Quicksilver's 2nd skill, Captain Sharon Rogers' 5th skill.
Sharon Rogers' 5th skill is for her Starlight uniform.
Yeah. Singularity's 3rd skill, Magneto's 2nd skill, Scarlet Witch 4th skill, Nova's 2nd skill, Apocalypse's 3rd skill, and Lincoln's 4th skill, Star-Lord's 1st skill, Blue Marvel's 5th skill, and the 3rd, 4th, and 5th skill of Storm can also pierce immuno guard break. Now, there should be more, but to be honest, I won't test every single character again. But this is just, some knowledge and a piece of information that you should know.
Now, some players may brought the point that if the character has a lot of iframe, will indicate that it does not need immuno guard break. Like Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2099, Nightcrawler, and Angel. They say that they doesn't need immuno guard because they have very long iframes. So since we established that iframes is the only way to avoid getting guard broken, as you cannot be targeted unless it's Nova's 2nd skill, Cyclops, and Carol Danvers' 4th skill. The argument that we have is with the window between the skills that you're casting. Now, without the iframe as protection, it's likely that you'll be guard broken without immuno guard break. Thus, we believe that for PvP purposes, immuno guard break is a necessity. Yeah, so immuno guard break gives you the consistency you need in PvP. And other than the iframe argument, since every tier 3 character now with the tier 3 skill, they can all pierce Super Armour. Either 60% chance or 80% chance. So as the game moves on and more characters have tier 3, Super Armour will only be more weaker and weaker every single update. So
the bring away is that no matter the character have super armor or a lot of iframes, Immune Godbreak Obelisk is always a must and a good thing to have in PvP. Unless, like we just said, the several specific characters that already have Immune Godbreak themselves. So if you want to look at my Excel file, I'll put it in the description box below. In that Excel file, I separate the characters by their affinities, and I'll list whether they have super armor or which of the skills can pierce super armor, or they have both, and I'll list the numbers of total characters and the characters that have super armor, and I just do all the math for you guys, basically.
So this video is part of the Marvel Future Fight Star Agent program and was created with the support of Netmarble. So thank you and hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.